So I'm just gonna go ahead and start off with doing my foundation. I left my primer upstairs, and honestly, I don't feel like getting it right now. Plus, I'm going to work, so like I'm only gonna be there for a few hours. I really like when I'm going to work. Like I still like beat my face, but I don't really care for like the extra shit. So yeah, I'm using my black opal True Color Perfecting liquid foundation in the color Truly Topaz. I'm gonna mix it with my Kat Von D Lock It Tattoo Concealer Foundation. Just lightly because I just want a little bit more extra coverage, and Kat Von D foundations are like extra full coverage. So, but first of all, I want to apologize for any like little noises you hear in the background, like that, my freaking dog. And this. So I'm actually just color correcting first with my LA Girl concealer in orange. You guys, honestly, I can't do this. It's so frustrating. I literally can't wait to move out. Not just because I need my own space, but like filming purposes, I can never, like, if you guys see like my behind the scenes when I'm filming, it's just like, it's chaos. Like something that should take me like an hour to film takes me like 2-3 hours because so much distraction, so much noise. It's like you hear every little thing that goes on in my house. It's so frustrating. But so I was on, my beauty blender is not damp yet, by the way. I'm just blending this out. But so recently, well, not recently, like, well, yeah, recently, but like I've been getting a few comments about doing like girl talk videos on my channel. A lot of people on Snapchat have like asked me to like even start snapping about doing my girl talk. I started reading books. Like if you follow me on Snapchat, you know, like I started reading these books about like women empowerment and like success and all that stuff. And one about like romance. Not necessarily, it's not like a love story. It's a poem. It's called Whiskey Words and a Shovel Too by R.H. Sin. It's basically a book about knowing your worth as a woman. I mean, it could be directed to men as well, but it's mainly about knowing your worth. I'm using my Sigma 3D HD Kabuki brush, by the way. Knowing your worth and like self-value and being happy alone first and everything. So I started reading that because, as you know, I'm single. I've been single for about like a year and I don't know, a year and like a couple months, I would say. Yeah, so it's November now. Last year, like April, was when I got out of a relationship, and I was in that relationship for literally almost 4 years. My first boyfriend, well, my first real boyfriend, and whatever. And I'm not gonna get like too in depth about the relationship, but okay, before I get into that even. Yeah, so before I get into that, so basically I was reading those books, and you know, I was like, you know, letting you guys know on my Snapchat, like I'm reading these books about being single and being happy, because honestly, I mean, I'm not unhappy, definitely not unhappy, but you know, at times it does get lonely, especially because like everybody is in a relationship, and I think most people can agree that I feel like when you're in a relationship, like everyone's like single, and then the minute you get out of a relationship, everybody's like bait up, and you're just like, okay, so whatever. It's just so weird. So like, don't get me wrong, I love being single because it's just like, it just makes me even more stronger, and be able to say that like everything I'm doing and accomplished, I've done it with nobody by my side. But it's also like, you know, it gets lonely. Like when you see like those videos on Twitter and couple pictures and all that stuff, it's just like, okay, sometimes it gets lonely, but whatever. So basically, I was talking about, I was posting like, I take so long to tell a story, but so I was posting like pictures of the pages I was reading, and I got like so much screenshots. Like you guys were like going crazy about the book. I honestly really want to apologize for any noise you guys are hearing, but I have like half an hour to do my makeup before I go to work, and I really, like, I've been meaning to get this video out because a lot of you guys asked about it. But yeah, So I'm gonna go ahead and conceal with my LA Girl concealer in Pure Beige, or highlight. But yeah, so I was like talking about how talking about how it's okay to be single, it's okay to be alone. Especially when you're young, like you need to focus on yourself and how important it is to know your worth. So that's what I meant to, like, that's like the main thing I want to talk about today, especially being young. I'm only 20. My first relationship, I think when I first was with my ex, I was 14 or 15, and then we broke up. I broke up with him when I was like 18. Yeah, because it was like literally almost 4 years. So 15 to 18, I was in this relationship, and of course, like, you know, like I was in love, you know, puppy love, whatever. But a lot of times when you're in a relationship at a young age, it's just like, it's so, there's just so much that comes with it, with any relationship, but especially when you're younger, you're not fully developed, and like boys, like dating a boy at such a young age, honestly, I don't want to say every guy's not going to be committed, but most of the time it's like, come on, like, he's just, you know. Also, like, so many of you have snapped me asking, like, how to be happy being single, and it's like, you know, it's like, being single isn't a bad thing at all, like, honestly. Of course, being in a relationship is great, but it's like, enjoy your single life, because honestly, like me, like I was, like I said before, I was like 14 and a half, 15 when I got into my first relationship. And so pretty much 14 to 18, I was obviously like committed to somebody. And you don't really enjoy your young years. I'm not saying necessarily, like I know guys think of it differently, like guys obviously want to do dirty guy things. Not saying girls don't do that too, but I was just like, you shouldn't like be like, you're not even like mature enough to like know what you want realistically, if you know what I mean. So to be doing that, to be like committed at such a young age, like I didn't really know what it was like. I was a young adult, like I wasn't even like by myself when I was maturing. I had somebody by my side, so I didn't really get to know who I really was, and like all this, like, you know, I feel like in a way, but I mean every relationship is different. Mine, the reason why I'm single anyways is because my relationship was just like it was a hot mess. Like, I mean, like for me to be with someone for so long, of course, like I was madly in love and blah 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 blah, but realistically, I deserved way better, like way better. And with time, I realized that, like, you know, when you're so in love, like you know, oh my god, it's 1:47 and I have to leave at 2:30. Okay, I'm just gonna rip off these lashes because I'm about to do my eye makeup real quick. I'm doing like really neutral. But yeah, so I was in a relationship and it was like, realistically, like I deserve so much better. And when you're in love, especially when you're young and in love, like it's your first time, so you know, I mean, you know that you deserve someone to treat you good, but it's like when it really gets down to it and all these stuff are happening, you have a lot of tolerance for, excuse my language, but you have a lot of tolerance for bullshit. And at a young age, boys don't even, like, till this day, like guys that are like 22, I don't want to say all because age does not define your maturity, but a lot of these guys that are like 22, they still like think like having multiple girls is cute, whatever. I was in a relationship for a very long time and I was mistreated. I was lied to, I was cheated on, I was taken advantage of, and it's like, guys, especially when you let them take advantage of you, they expect, like I wasn't respected. Like I wasn't respected, let's just say that, because either you respect me or you don't. It's not halfway shit. So basically, I mean, if you guys want to hear some story times, I guess I could tell. I'm at a point in my life now where it doesn't hurt me to talk about what I went through, because I'm not that person anymore. I'm not that weak young girl that would let people lie to her and take advantage of her, knowing that I deserve better and still entertain that. I love how I'm still on my foundation though. Anyways, so I was going through like a lot, and it's just like the respect wasn't there. Of course, it's crazy how people can like do you so wrong and you see their true colors and you still love them the exact same. It's crazy. I probably look really like weird right now, but it's crazy. Like it's really crazy, because I was like so disrespected like all the time, and it's like I don't know, I could still like sometimes I've taken him back like instantly, and then other times like we would be like not together for like 4 months and then I end up taking him back. And I'm at a point now where it was just getting like so disrespectful. It was so disrespectful from the go, but to where like I started going, when I went to college, of course shit happened again, and I was at a point where we were just like, not even just like, besides the whole commitment and being faithful to me, which clearly he wasn't, but me getting to know myself and being in college, and to be honest, nobody really thinks I'm my age, so I was always around older people. I was always hanging out with people at least 2 to 3 years older than me. Most of my friends are older, and because I would say like I'm pretty mature for my age, so I was like growing and getting to know myself, knowing what I want, knowing what I need. And being in college, of course, I don't like school at all, but college definitely helped me be more independent, and just because like, you know what I mean, it's not like high school. But yeah, so like we were like growing apart, and I was realizing like you're not the one for me. And I mean, at first, I knew that from when the first time he cheated on me, but it's like, you know, yeah, you treat me like shit, but I love you, I'm in love with you, you know, like, so it's like, when you're young, it's like, you just literally, you only listen to your emotions. You don't think, you don't think rationally. You depend on your emotions, you think with based off of your emotions. That's what I was doing every time. And then I realized, like, even though, say, like, a time that he cheated on me, it would be like a year ago or like a few months ago, I would hold on to that, because it would, and I didn't realize until like as time went on, I didn't understand why at times I was like so depressed and like just feeling down randomly. Like I didn't understand, and then I realized that me dragging on all this weight, even though the event done happened or whatever, me still being with that person, all that negative energy and space was just like slowing me down. I'm telling you guys, literally, you know what's so funny? The minute that I broke up with my ex, like I was trying to get my camera for like months. The minute I broke up with my ex, I literally, like, I got my camera the next day. It was weird because my dad was trying to get it for me. And it was like, I was waiting every time he would call me, oh, I didn't get it yet. The day after I broke up with my ex, he called me, he's like, I have some good news, I got your camera. And I was like, it was just crazy. But yeah, anyway, so I'm going to be using my Ofra Cosmetics Pro palette. I'm going to use Truffle in my crease. I'm going very natural today. I'm using Truffle in my crease. But yeah, so after a point I was like, emotionally, it was just like, yeah, like I can't be thinking with my emotions, because I was like, guys, you don't even understand. There'd be times I'm just like, some days I'd be so happy, other times I'd be so depressed, like, and I didn't know why. And then obviously, eventually, you know, God obviously showed me like, yo, this is why. So now I'm at a point where like, if it doesn't benefit me, if it doesn't make me happy, I don't want it. I don't care if I caught a little bit of feelings for you or not, or if I'm in love with you. If you're not making me happy, if you're not treating me right, you gotta go. Because I'm young and I don't need nobody to slow me down. I'm too young to be stressing out over boys or men, whatever. I'm too young to be stressing out over that. Your 20s, I'll tell you right now. Your 20s are your selfish years. I just dropped like so much of my setting powder. Oh my god. Okay, all right. Anyways, so yeah, your 20s are definitely your selfish years. And I learned that. And I just learned, like, you know, you need to be happy. Like, I want to use like a really matte natural shade in my crease. I don't know. I'm honestly just gonna use my powder foundation because I'm not trying to go for anything. I'm gonna use my MAC NC, I think this is NC 45 MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Foundation. I'm gonna use my Sigma Medium Sweeper E54 padding brush. But yeah, so basically I learned to love myself more before loving anybody else. Otherwise, you know what I mean? Respect wasn't there. So it's like, why I keep somebody around that's only gonna make me not happy. And sometimes it's like, it's crazy that like people can make you, like treat you so bad, and you cutting them off or letting them go, you still feel guilty because it's like, it may hurt them too. But it's like cutting off ties with people that you, especially when like me, like my first love and whatever, cutting that off, trust me, it was hard. It was hard, but I was like, honestly, I could do so much better. And it's like, I'd rather be single and lonely than in a relationship, but being lied to, disrespected, and embarrassed. So it was just like I said before, about a year ago, I could not sit here and talk about what I was put through. But now just like being so, like I'm so proud of myself because I did it without like, you know, I didn't really like talk to my parents or anybody really about it. But being able to fight through it on my own is what makes it feel so much better. Because I remember there was a time when I didn't think I could do this. I was like, I can't do it. I was just scared to be alone because being in a relationship was all I knew. But relationships aren't everything. You guys need to, especially being young, get to know yourself first. Get to know who you are, what you want to do, what type of person you want in your life, what you deserve. Build yourself, focus on yourself, and then invest that time. When you meet somebody and you're established, and you have something going for yourself, I feel like that's the best time. Don't get me wrong, there's people that start off as nothing, they meet someone and they help them grow. Everyone's situation is different. The person I was with was slowing me down. The person that you may meet may help you be even better. So, you know, I know for sure that person was not for me. So I had to, you know, get rid of that. And now I'm, like I said before, I get lonely, but I'm happy. I'm very happy because I don't have anybody here lying to me and whatnot. I'm literally in shambles right now. Like, I ain't got nobody lying to me or whatever. I don't even have time to do wing liner. Honestly, I never do winged liner when I'm in a rush because it's just like, no, we're not gonna do that. And I'm gonna powder contour because it's just not one of those days today. No, yeah, we're gonna powder contour today. I'm gonna take my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Dark Deep to contour my face. But yeah, so that's why I'm single. Don't get me wrong, there are guys that try to talk to me. People are like, why are you single? Like, you're so pretty. And honestly, being pretty doesn't have much to do with this because I haven't found anybody worth my time. That's my type. And I don't mean type like, oh, he needs to be this tall, light skin. No, I mean, I can't find anybody that's ambitious, has their, I don't want to say their shit together because at such a young age, nobody's shit is really together, but at least have a plan, at least know what you want to do. No more bad boys for me, honestly. I think that's like every girl's weakness, and I'm at a point in my life where I'm like, girl, a bad boy is not gonna be good to you. So I'm gonna fill in my brows with my Benefit Cosmetics. I'm gonna put on lashes, but after. I'm gonna fill in my brows with my Benefit Cosmetics. Actually, I skipped this spot. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna fill in my brow with my Benefit Cosmetics Ka-Brow. This is gonna take some real concentration, but I really, like, I have like, okay. I have like 20 minutes. Not even 15, because I gotta like change my clothes to go to work. But it's just like, that's why I'm single, because I can't find anybody that's worth my time. And it's just like I said before, I'm young. You're gonna meet so many people. Not saying to talk to multiple people at once, because that's definitely not what I'm doing. But keep your options open, because you can find somebody and like them at first, like love. You might think it's love at first sight, and then you start hanging out with them, and you're like, okay, no, no, it's just not gonna work. So I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm picky. My friends were like, you're so picky. All my friends now are in a relationship, and I'm like the single one. It was funny because I was the one that was in a relationship for so long. And my friend's like, are you talking to anyone yet? And I'm like, no. She's like, you're so picky. I'm not gonna lie, I am picky, but it's like, I feel like I'm picky about the right things. Because every guy that I meet, I'm not saying I don't talk to hella niggas like that, but like, every guy that I end up giving the time of day to ends up being so whack. And I don't mean whack in appearance, I mean like, they don't have their shit together. They like, it's just like, I don't know what is going on in this generation, but like every guy thinks like trapping and pimping and all that shit is like the thing. It's like, yeah, you're getting your money. I'm not gonna knock anybody's hustle, get it how you can. But if you don't have a plan, it's like, okay, so you're a pimp. You've been a pimp for 4 years. Do you plan on investing that into a business? Not guys, like pimping is like illegal, but I don't condone that whatsoever. But like I said, I'm not gonna, you know, throw shade on anybody. You know, some people have it hard, whatever. But I believe in, yeah, do some dirty work, but use that dirty work to clean yourself up and get your shit together. Not do the dirty work and stay in the dirty work and stay in that dirty lifestyle. That's just like, wow. I don't want nobody like that, to be honest. There are guys that still think like selling weed is like the thing. Or selling drugs, period, is like, no, like go to school, get a job. Like I said before, school's not for everybody. I'm not in school. I dropped out of college. And like, you don't need school for everything. Like for me, obviously, for what I want to do and pursue, I don't need school. I went just to like, you know, 'cause I felt like I felt like I wasn't doing anything when everyone was in school, and I took a semester off. And I seen everybody in school, and I'm like, oh my god, I feel like I'm wasting my life. So I went, and I was like, nah, bro, this is not for me. But yeah, so all of that, yeah, it's so important to know your worth, because if you don't know your worth, nobody's gonna respect you. And it doesn't even have to be like a guy's gonna respect you, like your friends. If you let people take advantage of you, your friends are gonna take advantage of you. If you don't put your foot down, if you don't, you know, like I said, know your worth. Like anybody, people you meet, your best friend, your friend. Okay, I won't say your best friend, but like, your friends, guys you meet, definitely, they're gonna take advantage of you. You can't, and it's like, it's so hard because it's like me, like honestly guys, I've been through so much BS, and I'm like, my walls are like super high. So I'm just saying right now, I feel sorry for the dude that really wants me, or the dude that's gonna really want me, because it's gonna be so hard. It's gonna be so hard for me to trust him. But like, I'm not gonna treat him like, you know, it's like I have like major trust issues, and it's just like, I'm still learning about myself. Like I learned shit about myself this month that I didn't know a month ago. So it's like, sometimes I'm like, oh my god, I want to babe, but then it's like I'm so much stronger. Like, I was not like this. Like, I was like so dependent on, I won't say so dependent, but I was pretty emotionally dependent on my ex because, you know, that was all I knew. Now it's like when I'm feeling down, it's like I have to have a pep talk with myself, like, okay, bitch, get it together, like, you know. So, but yeah, so knowing your worth is major key. Knowing your worth in anything, at your job, in a relationship, in your family, like, literally, it's major key, because if you don't know your worth, people will notice that and they will take advantage of you. I tell you, they will run over you like a bus. So it's just so important. And yeah, so you know, I'm happy. And one thing y'all need to know is these niggas that so-called take you for granted, disrespect you, they always come back. When I say they always come back, they, girl, they always come back, especially when they see you doing good, because they see that they disrespected you and they tried to ruin you, and they see that their bullshit didn't break you. They like that, and they see you doing good for yourself, and they want a piece of that. And it's like, no, because you had me at one point, or not, I wouldn't say exactly had you, but you had a chance, or had me, depending on your situation, and you lost me because you didn't know my value. And as a woman, it's like, it's so hard because, you know, we always think with our emotions, but my mom always told me, and I didn't really like understand what she meant, but now I do, make sure end up with somebody, or be with somebody that loves you more than you love them. And I know that sounds like crazy, like when she told me, I was like, what? Obviously, like, you can be in love with them, but just make sure, would you rather be with someone that, you know, like they say they love you, and you feel and you can see actions wise that you always care about them more and you love them more, and you're always fighting for their attention? Or would you rather someone that, yes, you love, and you definitely know, like, yeah, like, he loves me or she loves me, whatever. Not saying he didn't love me, because I mean, till this day, he's so much to me saying he loved me, but like I said, they always come back because they see what they lost. But it's up to you to be strong. Because don't get me wrong, like I said, the amount of times I took that nigga back, and now I'm like annoyed with my face right today. And my leg is fucking cramping. I have those pins and pricks in my leg right now. Feelings are only temporary, so whether I feel sad or I'm down or whatever, it's only temporary. As you can see now, like, I'm good. So I just want you guys to remember that, for real, because if you are scared to leave a situation, whether it's a job, a relationship, a friendship that you have going on that you're involved in, and you're scared to leave because of how you're gonna feel, because you're gonna feel sad, you're gonna feel empty, you're gonna feel lonely, that's not a good enough excuse to stay there and put yourself through that. What is the point? Like, there's really no point. And at the end of the day, you're hurting yourself even more. In the long run, trust me, you're just hurting yourself even more. So you gotta be strong. And the only way to build strength is from carrying something. You know what I mean? You can't randomly be strong and have enough courage by not experiencing something. It's the same thing with working out. You're not gonna get big muscles without lifting those heavy, uncomfortable, tiring weights. So it's the same thing in whatever situation it is, whatever circumstance. It's the same thing. It just doesn't work like that. And like I was saying before, I get teased because I'm picky, especially with everything that I've went through with and letting unnecessary people into my life and letting people into my life that didn't deserve to be there. I have every right to be picky. So, you know what I mean? I have to be picky because it's who I'm spending my time with. It's who I'm investing energy and time and effort into. I gotta be picky because I have to pick out everything and be able to find out whether you're gonna benefit me or not. And if you're not, then no, like there's nothing there. We don't have anything in common. So yeah, it's just like, you know, your time is valuable. You yourself are valuable. Do not give yourself to nobody that doesn't deserve it. Do not give your time to anybody that doesn't deserve it. You gotta think of yourself as like the most precious thing in the world. You don't share that with everybody. You don't let everybody get a piece of that. And you gotta surround yourself with people that are positive if you want a positive life. If you're at a job that's not making you happy, find something else. If you're not happy, change it. We have way too many options in this world to be settling for things that clearly are no good for us, clearly don't make us happy, clearly weighing us down, clearly bring negative vibes. I'm just gonna say that the most important thing before anything, before getting into a relationship, before seeking a best friend, learn to be happy by yourself first. Once you can be happy on your own, then seek happiness in others. Someone that adds to the happiness that you already have on your own, not gives you the happiness that you don't have. Because then it's just like, in the long run, you're gonna be in big trouble. It's not like emotionally, mentally, physically, and that's not fair. Again, that's not fair to yourself. So, and I found what really helps too is you have to speak things into existence. Maybe in the moment you know you're not happy, you know maybe in the moment you know you're not happy, you know you're hurting, but you gotta sit there, talk to yourself, talk to God, and speak things into existence and be like, I'm gonna be okay. You know, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna find somebody else. I'm gonna do this on my own. I'm gonna make myself happy. And then, you know, things start to change, because when you think like that, it starts to impact and affect your actions. And obviously when you act upon something, actions are everything. It starts to change. And also the way you think, because mentally, doesn't matter even if it's not happening physically, if you're thinking like that mentally, it will literally, whether you know it or not, it will literally trick your mind into thinking you're never going to be happy again, you're never going to be okay again. I'm a very strong believer in the saying that God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers. And I mean, I don't know if that sounds corny or not, but it's true. God wouldn't give you anything you can't handle. So my camera died while I was putting on my lashes, but if anyone's wondering the lashes I'm wearing, these are one of my favorite lashes from the beauty supply store. It's this Magic Gold brand. And it's just number 48. You see right there. Don't mind the hair glue that I was just using, but it's just number 48, Magic Gold brand. These lashes are bomb. This one's like nasty at the end here because I messed them up, but it's whatever. So I'll just add a little bit of mascara on top. I'm gonna spray my face, even though I'm not done my makeup, but I'm gonna spray my face and then spray it again after. I'm gonna line my lips. I'm gonna use my NYX Lingerie liquid lipstick in the color Exotic. It's so pretty. I always do nude, so you know, just trying to switch it up a little bit. I'm just gonna add a lighter pink in the middle. This is Yash by MAC. So I just realized that I didn't put any mascara on my bottom lashes. I'm like itching to add some, because you guys know, well, if you don't know, I always use bottom mascara or mascara on my bottom lashes because it's just like my comfort. And I feel empty without it, but like I like it like this, and I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna resist it. Anyways, so I don't wanna like drag this conversation on. Obviously there's like so much more that goes into it, but you guys pretty much understand what I'm trying to say and where I'm coming from. I definitely like I just want to say that honestly, I don't regret everything I went through. And I know it sounds crazy for me to say like, I don't regret getting my heart broken and like lied to and cheated on and all of that. But to be honest, if I didn't go through that, I wouldn't be who I am today. I wouldn't be able to say that I got myself through something so hard. And it's like, I don't realize until now I'm sitting here and I'm telling the story. And like I said before, I was embarrassed to talk about what I let somebody that I was with do to me and walk all over me. And now that's not even, in a way, it's a reflection of me because I was weak. But I'm not that person anymore. It's more so how people treat you is a reflection of them more than it is a reflection of you, because it just shows their character and who they are. Being in a relationship is not a necessity. You don't need to be in one. It's not mandatory. It's not a necessity. You'll live without being in one. You gotta think of it as it's not a necessity, pretty much. And you also have to remember, I forget all the time, I'm still young. I'm still so young. You guys are still young. Don't be like 17, 18, 19, 20, whatever, stressing that you don't have anything. Like, you know, enjoy your you time while you still have it. And just like learn about yourself more, establish yourself, focus on you. I'm gonna show you guys the books that I've been reading. So actually I'm gonna show you this one, because this is the one that you guys, like on my Snapchat literally and on my Instagram, went crazy about. So as I was saying, it's called Whiskey Words in a Shovel 2. If you're gonna get it, make sure you get number 2, because this is the one that, there's 2 parts. This is number 2, and it's by R.H. Sin. But honestly, I want to read a page so you guys can know just how great this one right here. Okay, so there's one called Your Mistakes. Don't beat yourself up for being too good for them. Don't be so hard on yourself for choosing someone incapable of appreciating everything that you are. Sometimes you have to choose badly in order to be able to identify what is good for you. And that is just so true. And like I said, you gotta mess up to know what not to do next time. You gotta be with somebody bad to know what it's like to be with a bad person, so you can identify when somebody is being good to you. You know what I mean? That's how you're able to tell the difference through experience of one or the other. Guys, honestly, I was reading the book, and as I was reading it, I was like, you know when something like applies so well to your life and anything that you've been through? And I was reading it and I was like, yes, like, yeah. Like, to yourself, it should be you first before anybody. And I mean, it does take time. If you are in a place where you feel otherwise, it does take time. It takes speaking it into existence. It takes, if you believe in God, it takes talking to God, trusting God. Like, when you build a relationship with God and get close to God, everything changes. It's crazy. It takes God, and it takes time. Just love yourself, okay? Just love yourself and never forget that. And yeah, and you guys are all beautiful, and I love you guys so much. And thumbs up this video if it was really helpful. I really hope it was helpful. I really hope I got my point across to you guys. And yeah, so I will see you guys in my next video. All right, bye.